ve Nihat. Kaptırıyor topu. Ali Tağ doğru çok süratli. Ali orta yapacak. Sert orta. Sert orta.
Welcome everyone to Şükrü Saracoğlu Spor Complexy for our game here today against Fenerbahçe. Now, the last 6 times we've played against them, we've lost 5 and only managed to get 1 draw. So, it's looking rough. It's top of the table versus, well, I can't quite tell you that one, of course, because we do have 3 games to catch up on before we head on inside. So, let's go catch up on those games in Football Manager 21, head on inside for today's game, and crack on with today's episode. Okay, so after a disappointing result in the previous episode against Antalyaspor, we played a very similar side in Hatayspor. And, well, as we welcomed Hatayspor, we managed to pull a victory out. We managed to get a 2-0 victory here in the end. Slotted one home nice and early through Oblor's header, and then we got that nice second goal to finish things off. So, as you can see, we had 9 shots to their 5, 4 on target to their 1, 0.98 XG to their 0.31, 10 corners to 7, 11 fouls to 12, 2 yellow cards, 90% passing to 83, 61% possession to 39. As you can also see, they got an injury on the 81st. Our backline did pretty decent. We had a couple of changes from the usual suspects, so Zubzuk stayed in goal. Backline though, we did have Omar coming back in on left back. That's because the mailman, he has been struggling. I had a look at his past 5 games. So, slotted Omar in. He did a decent job with a 6.8. Wasn't particularly fantastic, but did an okay job. Kuble got 7.6. Obilor got an 8.2 and a 7.2 for Lassen. Central midfield, well, Şükrü got a 7.2. And Volkan came in, got a 7.1. He did a decent job in central midfield. Then on the left-hand side, Milinkovic got 6.8. Mehmet with a 7.3. Gerkan with a 7.5, that's nice to see, and then Anal slotting in with a 6.7. Yes, you did hear me right. Slotting in Anal. Anyway, Musin, he went and got a 6.9 coming off the bench. We have the mailman, I gave him a bit of game time, he got a 6.8. As you can see, that's because Omar went and got a yellow card. Same with Lassen, he got a yellow card, hence why I brought Musin on. So we just swapped out both our wing backs, so nobody got sent off. Then I think that was it. Yeah, I completely forgot to make any more substitutes, quite frankly. I just slotted them 2 on. I think it was about the 50th minute or even at half time, and then I just didn't bother with any more substitutes. That was that. Nice simple game, got a 2-0 victory, but how did we get on in the second? Well, the second game saw us head to 19th place, Alanyaspor, and as you can see, we were rather pathetic. We went and lost this one 2-1. Gave up a goal 12 minutes in. We got a penalty, Milinkovic slotting it in the bottom right-hand side. That is nice to see. Then, Zubzuk does this on the 83rd minute. Don't know why, he just did. He went and pushed it out to them. They played it straight past us, and yeah, we lost 2-1. Very disappointing. Zubzuk could have done all sorts. There was about 5 or 6 different other ways he could have dealt with that situation. He dealt with it the one way that went and got us to concede a goal 7 minutes from the end of the game. So, rather disappointed with that result. They had 11 shots to our 9 in the end though, 4 on target to 5. So it's not like we were the better side necessarily. They got 2.31 XG to our 1.31. It was, I would say it was a 50-50 game to be honest, apart from Zubzuk making that ridiculous effort. We then had 9 corners to them to our 6, 16 foul to our 11, 1 yellow card to our 0, 84% passing to our 91, 34% possession to our 66. Now, in this game, we could have had another penalty. I got a warning off the FA because I said it should have been a penalty and I could have gone all out and got myself a fine, but I managed to just push it a little bit and they warned me, so I've got to be a little careful when I talk about VAR going forward. Anyways, as you can see, Zubzuk, after doing that, went and got himself a 6.2 in the end. Omar played at left back again, only getting a 6.9 this time. 6.9 for Kuble, also 6.8 for Oblor, and very disappointing, Lassen with a 6.6. Central midfield was okay. Şükrü got a 6.9, 6.8 for Volkan. Left hand side, 6.9, again decent for Milinkovic. 6.6, that was a little disappointing for Mehmet, and a 6.7 for Gerkan's, also reasonable. 6.6 for Anal though, very disappointing. Was not pleased with that anal adventure at all. Now, for substitutes, Emery Erdogan came on, got a 6.4. Very disappointed in that one. Sinan Kert did decent, came on, got a 6.7. Mad came on, got a 6.5. He was disappointing also. And that was our second game. But how do we get on in the third? Okay, so the third and final game of our catch-up, of course, was against Rizspor at home. And, well, we managed to win it 1-0. Beautiful header there from Milinkovic, being the goal that settled it. It was a little disappointing in that they only brought around 300 fans to this game. Would have thought they would have brought a few more people, but our home form continues, and we managed to pick up the victory in this game. Now, as you can see, a few of the usual suspects actually returned to the lineup after the previous game. I thought, you know what, we'll go back to normal. We'll have the usual players. So, Zubzuk got a 7.1, made up for his bad game in the previous. We then had a backline of the mailman, Kubilay, Obilor and Lassen. I believe in this game Kubilay moved up into Şürok's spot. As you can see, Gordinho came on, got a 6.7. I moved him up, moved Gordinho in, and that's how we dealt with that situation. So, Şürok got a 7.1, Emrehan got 7.3, Milinkovic with a 7.9 on that left-hand side. It's lovely to see. Gerkan with a 6.8 on the right, Mehmet with a 6.8 in central attacking mid, and Mad up front with a 6.7. As you can see, Mad missed a penalty on the 49th minute. Rather disappointing. I would like to see him finally get some more goals, but as you all know, that is probably the focus of our next upgrade. Get a new striker, one who can consistently score and not miss penalties, because it's a bit disappointing when your players can't even put a penalty away. So, yeah, we had 11 shots in the end, 2 there, 2. There pretty much wasn't in this game. We had 10 on target out of our 11, 2 there, 1. 1.68 XG to 0.11. 6 corners to 4 corners, 7 fouls to 15, 2 yellow cards to 2 yellow cards, 93% passing completion to 84, and 65% possession to 35. Now, I've already gone over the substitution of Gordinho. The other substitutes we made were Volkan. He came in for Emrehan. He got a 6.9. Did decent, but obviously didn't do as good as Emrehan. We then had Kun, who came on for Gerkan. Again, he got a 6.7. He was decent. Didn't do as good as the starter. Anal came on, got 6.8. A little bit better than Mad, but he wasn't really outstanding, was he, with a 6.8? Didn't get a goal. So it was a pretty simple result. Slotted 1 goal away. They couldn't do anything with it, especially considering they only got 2 shots. And that brings us to today's game. So I will hop into the team meeting screen. Well, I'll see you fine folks in just a second. Okay, so you probably noticed I said team meeting screen in the previous segment, as I usually tend to do mistakenly. But we are, of course, here in the tactical meeting screen to talk to the one and only Jason Dodds. Now, Jason Dodds, apart from learning more advanced Turkish, because he has learned his basics, but he is learning some more advanced Turkish, probably to teach me. Well, he has come up with these suggestions. First of all, he wants us to go from balanced to defensive. I'm not going to do that because it is a nice big clash against first in the league against third. Yes, third. Galatasaray have slid above us because of that one lost game. They're 3 points ahead, I believe, now with that ridiculous goal difference. We're probably fighting to hold on to third at this point. But it is sold out. 47,834 tickets sold out of a capacity of 47,834. So it's a nice packed stadium here today. We are going to stick on all the opposition instructions, and I apologise if you can hear the car engine outside. So let's head on into the team selection. As you can see, Lassen won't be playing today's game because he's collected too many yellow cards. So that does mean Musin slots in on the right hand side. That's going to be interesting to see. Mailman's going to retain his position, as are Zubzuk, Kubilay and Obilor. Şürok and Emrehan are, Gerkan is, Milinkovic is, Mehmet is, Mad. Now that is a good question. Are we going to go with Mad or are we going to go with Anal? Anal, as you can see, he's been meh. He hasn't done anything particularly outstanding to get himself in the team. However, Mad's average rating over the past 5 games is lower than his average rating for the season. So, it's a tricky one. I think we give Anal the opportunity. We're going to give Anal the opportunity to try and shine in today's game. We are then going to go down here. Now, you're ineligible because we don't need you. You're ineligible. As you can see, Erin Goulier, he's recovering from an injury. He has 5 to 11 days left on his twisted ankle. So he's going to just chill out there. So we bring on Schmelzer onto the bench. Like I said, we're sticking with balance. I am tempted to go positive and fight for that result really hard, but we're not going to go that deep, so let's just submit the team squad. Musin, Yildirim and Anal are lacking sharpness and may struggle to see out the match. Well, we have substitutes, so that's what they're there for. We have the mailman, he's loving this, looking forward to his battle with Miha Zak. We then have 8 players lacking tactical familiarity with the formation. They are, I'm interested in this, Demir, not sure why, because he's played in it a lot. Omar also played in it a lot. In fact, a lot of these players have played this formation a lot of games. I'm not sure why they lack such tactical familiarity, to be honest, but these are the issues sometimes with this. We then have all of these, which are positive. Of course, Nicholas has to have his complaints. The team instructions, much high press, does not suit his stamina. Well, Nicholas, you just like to complain. We then have Faith. He doesn't like the fact that it's passing space, doesn't suit his passing. Well, we can always swap you out for Godinho if you're struggling too much. But I think Oblong can deal with that. So, the teams, as you can see, you know what? They don't have many names that I'm worried about. It's weird. The top of the table, they're probably the best team by miles, but there isn't many players in their lineup where I'm worried, you know? Samata, I know Samata can rip us apart. Samata can rip us apart for sure, but Enna Valencia off the bench, that's a scary prospect. And like I said, Samata starting, but no one really else is jumping out at me as they're a threat, you know? It's probably our solid defence. We have a nice solid defence. We could secure qualification for Euro 2 with a win here. So go out there and impress me. I'm not sure that's the best approach, but let's go with it. Our assistant thinks it's a good one. And it's gone down okay. It hasn't gone down great. It's made Ozcan nervous, made Recap nervous, Sinan Kurt nervous. Very random people to make nervous, but it has. So, Enis Kilik. So, Mbawana Samata has scored in each of his last 3 games against you. Do you have a plan to stop him? Break his legs. We're going to break his legs. He's a fantastic player, but we're going to play our game, and I'm confident we can stop him. I'm not that confident, I'll be honest. I'm very unconfident that we can stop him, but we're going to try. We're going to have to try. You have what can only be described as a terrible record against Stankovic in your career. Yeah, that's because he's managed Fenerbahçe, who's been like top of the pyramid for how long compared to us, who slipped down to the 2nd tier and we've had to build back up, and we're only just even touching Europe, which is a miracle because we're supposed to be like mid-table this season, but still. We've got a terrible record. Why have you found it so hard to beat him? Well, I've just explained exactly that. So, he's a brilliant manager, and hopefully my players can see to that this time round. Yeah, I'm going to give him a pat on the back, even though it's got nothing to do with his managerial ability. He's a much better player than a manager, I'll give him that. Do you think it's important to lay this particular record to rest? And are you confident in making that happen here? If it means we could stop talking about it, yes, I would love nothing more. I want to win every match, doesn't matter if it's against Stankovic or some other managers I treat exactly. I want to win every single game. Don't care if I'm playing some little Sunday League side or if I'm playing Manchester United. Anyone in between, it does not matter. I want victories. Like I said, as you can see, Galatasaray 3-point gap on us now. Last 6 games as we head into them, and well, we've got a nice gap on that 6th place spot. We can technically slip out of Europe, but like we have mentioned to the lads, if we win today, we can guarantee that spot. So, clear it. I would take a draw, I'll be honest. I would take a ball draw in today's game. This is one of those games where anything other than a loss is a win. So, Obilor. Now, next season, if we manage to make Europe, I won't be saying that probably against these because we'll probably have a much better team. But Musin plays it back to Obilor. Obilor tries the ball over to Mehmet. Mehmet can't get anything going, and it's just nodded back to the goalkeeper. So Berk Uzer will hoof it upfield. Can we win the ball back? Deniz plays it across to Ferdi. Ferdi on this left-hand side has acres of space and does not do anything with it. That was nice to see. Very nice to see that shot, because it went sailing wide of the goal. Now Novak will throw it in. Mailman, make a lovely tackle on Deniz. Or Ozcan, you can tackle anyone you like. Just make sure we win the ball back. Ferdi got way too much room on this left-hand side again. It's nodded away though. Emrehan, chase it down. Make a tackle. Come on. Anal, close him down. Somebody. Mailman, lovely header away. Unfortunately, you've just gave it back to Zanka, though. Anal, come on, hunt Zanka down. Hunt him down. Come on, hunt that ball. Name it. Win it back. Anal. Anal is just running about like a madman. It's like watching some, I don't know, school football at this point. But Anal is putting in the effort. Unfortunately, he's not getting anything from it. Ferdy on this left-hand side. Lovely tackle by Musin. Goes back to Novak, though. Can Shirok make a block? No. But luckily, it goes sailing wide. And yes, I did realise I just said Shirok make a block. Then is, with a free kick, whips it in. Nodded back post. And, of course, it's a matter of all people. Going and slotting one away. Obilor will have to take blame for that goal. I mean, I guess. But it was just a lovely effort, wasn't it? They whipped it in, nodded it to the guy who they knew could slot one away, and they managed to get a goal from it. So that's his 28th goal of the season. That's vastly different from our strikers. We struggle. I think Mad's not even in double figures yet, to give you some sort of idea. Anal is definitely not over 5, I don't believe. So, yeah, between them, they don't even have probably half the goals that their lone striker has. So, a little bit of a golfing difference when it comes to our strikers to theirs. Musin, though, nods it away only as far as Novak. He gets it past... Oh, come on, Musin. You've got to do better than that. Demir, though, will counter-attack on this right-hand side. Can't get anything going. Maybe play it over to Anal. Play it to Anal. Gerkan, don't get greedy. You've got 2 people on you. Thank you. Plays it across to Anal. Anal has a little bit of space. Gets ball over to Milinkovic on the left-hand side. He can cut inside if he needs. Plays it across to Anal. Smashes it in. Little bit of rough Anal. Smashing it into that net. And like I said, he hasn't reached 5 goals. He's actually just reached his 2nd. So yeah, we're going to drop back to balanced as we managed to tie things up. I don't know how we managed to do it, but we have. It's 1-1 here. We're not going to skip it because we're going to enjoy the moment. I was tempted to skip it, but Milinkovic pulls it back. Plays it for Anal. Goalkeeper should have probably done a little better. He dived the right direction. He just went flying over the top of the ball. So that is that. We have Musin taking a throw in. Can we steal a lead going into halftime? That would be lovely. Emery will collect it on the edge of the area. Mailman. Oh, it's blocked by Oscar. Milinkovic. Oh, Milinkovic. He hit the crossbar. Mailman, though. Acres of space. Left-hand side. Whips it in. Anal can't get onto it. Shirok will collect it, though. Shirok holding up the ball nicely. Please don't. Oh, Shirok, what are you doing? You've got 2 people on you. Just drop back a little bit. Make a bit of space. Even play it back to one of our defenders if you need to. Just don't do that. I don't know what he was doing. He just sort of forced a pass across and gave them the ball back. But Novak throws it into Ferdy. It's whipped in Sumatra even. And Brief. Brief. It's rather warm in my bedroom right now. And this game is also getting me rather heated. And I've got a banging headache. Not the greatest of combinations, I will say. But what is rather great is the fact it's 1-1 right now. They've had 8 shots, we've had 8. 3 on target to our 5. We've actually been marginally better. 0.7 XG to their 0.8. 8 corners to 4. 2 fouls to our 6. 0 yellow cards, 0 yellow cards. 84% passing to our 87. That's a little on the low side for us. 44% possession to 56 from us. So, like I said, we seem to be the marginally better team, but I would say they've probably put more pressure on us than we put on them in that first half. So let's just head into the dressing room. I'm happy with performance. Keep it up. Yes, exactly. Keep it up, lads. That has been a good effort. If you can manage to do that for another 45 minutes, get us a draw, we'll be happy. We'll be very happy. Like I said, anything but a loss is a win in this game. And Zubzuk diving into the post, probably not so much a win. Don't injure yourself on the goalpost, please, Zubzuk. We do need you for the remainder of the season. Now, I can bring in Manfredini or one of... Even Atterbeck could probably play out the rest of the season, but we don't want that, do we? Just like we don't want Mertz smashing one into the bottom right-hand side. And just to give you an idea, he's just got his 2nd goal of the season, which equals Anals. Yeah, our striker. Admittedly, our backup striker, but still. Okay, so first of all, we're moving that to positive. Because we are a goal down, so we do need to try and push up somewhat. They are going to try ball over top. Shirok will get it, but Sumatra will play it back. Ferdy now, 1-on-1 with Zubzuk. Lovely save by Zubzuk. Wasn't the same sort of mistake he made in the other games. So let's go to tactics. Now, who is... Jesus. Yellow card, 6.2. Yeah, that's an easy substitute to make. The mailman with a 6.6. Again, pretty easy substitute to make. We have a 6.6 now here on Demir Gerkan. So Kun can come on over there. Who else is struggling? We have a couple of 6.7s here. No one else is desperately playing bad. So we're going to hold on to our fourth substitute. We'll have a look around the 65th minute, I would say. See if there's anything we can get going. Perhaps if we can steal a goal back, we might even drop back a little bit, bring on another defender. Who knows? Milinkovic, though, will try and get something going. He has Omar on this left-hand side with him. Lovely ball through. Kanane will get onto it. No, but it's played back to the goalkeeper. Lemos will get it to Zanka. Zanka clears it up to Ferdi. Ferdi's had way too much of the ball in this game, I would say. Obilor, though, that looked like a nice tackle, but the ref does not agree with me. The ref has warned him. Now, we are going to have to go attacking. We're going to have to go attacking. We're going to have to try and push for a goal, because we are currently struggling to do so. So, our strikers, not the greatest. So, I guess what we do is we bring on the madman. Oh, we can't bring on the madman. I forgot. Due to the Turkish rule, we can't bring on the madman. So, how are we going to go about this one then? Interesting. We could. Put one in here? I know it's crazy. It sounds absolutely nuts. But we could go something like this. And if I bring on, say, Recap or even Volcan. If I bring on Recap, Recap can actually slot here. Emrehan can swap over to where Schrock was if we can manage to pull a goal back. And we can actually drop these back, maybe even to all three of them dropping back like this. So it's a bit more defensive. So I think we do that. I think that's the play. It gives us an opportunity to try and score. It opens up the game, I know. It gives them an opportunity to also score. But if we can pull one back, we do have the opportunity then to try and steal a draw. So Zubzuk plays it over to Obilor. Obilor tries to get something going from the back, gets it over to Kun. Kun does have Schmelzer on the overlap if he needs, plays it up to Mehmet. Mehmet tries the ball over to Recap, gives it away though. Metz in central midfield, gets it over to Deniz. Deniz has an overlapping Ozan. Ooh, Milinkovic will get tackled. Ozkan will now get over to Samata. Samata one-on-one with Zubzuk. Lovely tackle by Obilor. From range, the chip shot almost going into the net. Now, come on, lads. I am going to demand more. I know we're already 2-1 down, but lads, I want more. Come on. I want at least a draw from this one. So, Recap, get a nice tackle in here. Mehmet, get a counter-attack going. Come on, somebody. Break this down. Enna Valencia. I did say he could be deadly. Just like Samata. The two players I am rather worried about. Oza, though, will hoof it upfield. Come on, we just need to pull one goal back, and then we can drop back to that three-man midfield. Heck, Milinkovic can even drop back. We can drop back to even maybe 5 in midfield just to try and eke out a draw. But we need to get a goal first. We need to get a goal. Come on, lads. Get us one more goal, please. I'm begging you. One goal. One goal. We are going to demand more. We are in the last 10 minutes, so we may as well go very attacking at this point. We've got nothing to lose. We're losing. So what's 3-1 compared to 2-1? Doesn't really make a whole lot of difference with the goal difference. We're miles behind Galatasaray with goal difference anyways. So we can manage to risk it in this situation. That is awful to see though. Just gone and passed it straight to Samata and they've played a through ball and yeah. That is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Now, what is the plan now? I guess Kun can go up front. Anyone else? Anal, Kun? Not really. This is rather disappointing. Rather disappointing indeed. I guess we just play it out like that for now? No. No, we just drop to a normal formation. We drop to our usual. So you go to ball winning, defense. You play maker, do playing playmaker, support. And then I guess you just have to go a little more attacking. This is rather disappointing to concede that goal, but we had to push up. We had to try and get a draw from this. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't seem to be the situation. It looks like we're going to lose this one 3-1. Maybe we can pull back another one, make ourselves feel better. Anal gets it across. It's cleared away. That was to no one. Omar, though, will collect this one. Gets it over to Kuble. Kuble, can he get anything going from the centre circle? Ball over to Kun. Nods it across. Milinkovic is not even going to attempt the header. That is rather disappointing. Milinkovic, instead of running away from the ball, maybe attempt to go for the header, you know. And Valencia, though, will play one across to Mertz. Mertz is then tripped by Kuble. Please don't send Kuble off. Please. It's penalty. Ref. We don't need VAR. Please don't make us sit through VAR. It's a penalty. I'll give them a penalty. I, as the opposition manager, will give them the penalty. Just please don't send Kuble off. You know. Be kind on Kuble. Aye. Rather disappointing. I'd say we'll put up a good fight, considering the scoreline. But the positive, weirdly, of this scoreline does mean I do get to yell at the players and tell them that they're terrible. And it does mean they'll probably bounce back a little bit better when we play our next game. Because otherwise, if it was a 2-1 loss, I couldn't really yell at them and they might just, I don't know, keep going slowly worse and worse, you know. At least this way I can yell at them, it should pep them up a little bit and they should be able to bounce back in the next one. But in this one, it has finished 4-1. As you can see in the end, they managed to dominate the shots. That's because we had to open ourselves up and yeah, you all know how that went. 21 shots to 8, 8 on target to our 5, 3.3, 3 XG to our 0.8, 11 corners to our 5, 9 fouls to our 14, 2 yellow cards, 3 yellow cards, 84% passing to 85, 45% possession to 54. Now, as you can see, few plays a little bit disappointing. Zubzuk 6.7, rating not too bad. Omar got 6.4, that's very disappointing. Kuble with 6.9 was okay. Oblor got 6.5, again very disappointing. Schmelzer 6.4, very disappointing. Recap with a 6.4, very disappointing. Emrahan with a 6.6, decent. Kun with a 6.2, very disappointing. Emrahan 6.4, again very disappointing. 6.5, Milinkovic, very disappointing. Enol 6.7, decent. 6.2 for Musin, got to do a lot better than that. Mailman with a 6.6, that's very disappointing for him, I would say. Schrock with a 6.9 did a decent performance. Demir Gerkan with a 6.6, again disappointing. So half our team was pretty disappointing, I would say, in that game. 6.9 for Kuble was our best performer, and I've lost my mouse. So that is how that one panned out. 3 different players getting yellow cards. I'm not sure if that means Oblor gets a suspension. I think it does, which means Gordinho should be playing the next game. Despite the result, I'm pleased with your performance out there. No, I'm not. I'm really not. We lost 4-1. I'm not sure what our assistant's been watching. I'm not happy with your performance out there. I'm sorry. Milinkovic is anxious. Well, you should be anxious. Me saying I'm disappointed is being nice for that result. So, as you can see, there's still a 4-point gap on Trabzonspor, so we've got a nice little gap onto 4th. We have, however, now built a massive gap to Galatasaray. I don't see us catching Galatasaray. 6 points ahead, much better goal difference. It's a 2-horse race between them two for first and second. They've basically secured first and second. We are battling it out to try and hold on to third, and I don't see 5th really catching us. So it's 3rd or 4th, I want to say, is probably the likelihood of where we end up. But I would like to hold on to that 3rd place spot. It would be nice. If we can get that 3rd place spot, it gives us a nice platform to build on for next year. Try and push in for those top 2 and try, hopefully, win the league. Who knows? But that was a disappointing 4-1 loss for us. Galatasaray got a narrow 1-0 win against Kayaspor. And yeah, they're actually in the relegation zone. So the fact that Galatasaray struggled to beat them is surprising. We then have Trabzonspor. They won 2-0 against Sivasspor, who is down here in 12th. So that is today's results. We have Dodd's report on Gerkan. As you can see, Antalyaspor, who are miles away on 12 points, have already been relegated. There is 6 games remaining, that's 18 points, with us on 66. So minus 20 add on 2, there is 48. We can only really finish, technically we can guarantee with a draw for us to stick into the top 3, so that's nice. And yeah, we have had a pretty decent season, but we want to expand on that going forward in these next few games. We have the relegated side in the next episode, of course. I don't know who I'm playing. I might play a secondary team. It depends on injuries, suspensions. You know the gist. That I'm going to try and play a few more youngsters, give them time to develop, play a game against a decent side, you know. So give them the opportunity. So that one, Volkan's probably going to be playing in. I might bring Omar back, even though he's not a youngster, but he's a nice backup for our left-hand side. And yeah, Anil's probably definitely one for that one, but like I said, it depends on injuries, suspensions, etc. But I thank you all for watching today's episode. I apologise for the terrible result in the end, but hopefully it was an enjoyable game to watch and an enjoyable episode overall. I hope you all have a good night. I hope you all enjoy your weekend, and goodbye.